I'm in the Sikh at Petra in Jordan. Petra is the ancient Nabatean city that was discovered in 1812 after being unknown to probably nearly all of the world's population for hundreds and hundreds of years. The Sikh is the narrow canyon, the channel cut through the sandstone rock that gives access to the ancient city. I've heard about this place for decades. First came to know about it watching Indiana Jones at the movie theater, and in the days before the internet, it was very difficult to find out what this place was. It'll take about an hour to hike through the Sikh and get to the city of Petra proper. So I'll be filming a number of clips as I go along. Amazing place. The descent into the city of Petra is slow and gradual and a very easy walk. However, the ascent out of the city through the Sikh is not a rough climb, but it's a steady, sometimes rather steep grade, and it takes about 50% longer to hike out of Petra through the Sikh than it takes to descend into the city through the Sikh. That's why so many people use these so-called chariots. Some ride horses out, some ride horses in. In fact, you can buy a ticket that includes a horse ride in as a part of your entrance fee. I elected to hike in because I wanted to have the opportunity to see the grandeur of this place at a slower pace and to just really take it in. Absolutely stunning. Here comes a gentleman who elected not to have to hike out. I would imagine after we've spent 5.5 or 6 hours walking through the much more rugged terrain on the other end of the Sikh, climbing the mountains up to the monastery and other locales, the rest of us will probably appreciate a horse ride out of this place as well. Petra is surrounded by desert. It's right on the edge of what's known as the Wadi Musa, or Al-Wadi Musa in Arabic, means the Valley of Moses, where the The Moses Spring, or the Spring of Musa, is also flowing. Of course, it's a matter of opinion as to whether or not this is actually the place, or through this very specific locale, whether or not Moses and the children of Israel actually passed close by here. The Nabatean city of Petra, that's carved out of the red sandstone, was not here. It would be centuries after Moses before it was finally carved and settled by the Nabateans. We'll talk more about that in a future video clip later today. But it's a matter of speculation and opinion as to exactly where the entirety of the path of Moses and the Israelites was. What we do know is that they passed at least through this region, and so as we look at the sometimes surreal landscapes of this place, and the deserts and the pine forest that we drove through, coming through here through the desert, we can get a sense of at least some of what they experienced, some of what they saw. It was a very interesting drive in. I noticed that very quickly that after we got south of Amman, we entered into the Jordanian desert, a place that looks and is adjacent to the Saudi Arabian desert, only a few miles east of where we were driving. A very barren landscape, very bland, kind of yellowish in color, almost completely devoid of any kind of vegetation. Even the most hardy of desert plants don't grow there. As we approached the region of the Wadi Musa, we came to a small town, a village, where there were pine forests, and it was a sudden and startling change of scenery and topography. It was really quite amazing. As we got into that region, Sultan, our dear friend and guide, told us that we were about 4,900 to 5,000 feet above sea level, or about 6,300 feet above the level of the Dead Sea, where we've been excavating at Tal El Hammam, near the north end of the Dead Sea. When we got up at that elevation, we were shocked to see snow flurries, and later to see an accumulation of snow on the ground. It'll be interesting when we drive out of here this afternoon to see whether or not the snow has continued to accumulate in that village. It was really quite something. We had been in the desert. All of a sudden we ran into a dense fog in the desert, and soon the precipitation turned to snow. It was quite unexpected, not the least of which by myself. Like other World Heritage sites that we've visited since we've been here, there are people from every conceivable nation who have come here to see this magnificent site, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I hear that there's so much tourism here that they are having to take special measures to figure out how to protect the site from foot traffic and from all the things that we human beings bring with us, not only trash, but our propensity to want to leave our mark behind in the form of graffiti and those kinds of things. I've been very happy since I read about that problem to see that I'm not seeing graffiti on the walls. It's there's really no trash, no debris down here. It's they have a grounds crew here at the park who are doing a really wonderful job of keeping things clean. They even have people going along behind the horses and cleaning up after them. That was fun. People from every culture take selfies, and those ladies were dancing a little bit, enjoying, celebrating just the glory of being in such a beautiful place as this. I mentioned whenever I filmed the film clip, one of the film clips at Jerash, that I had the ladies from Taiwan who wanted to have their photos taken with me. There were a number of them, and some of them mistakenly believed that I was a reporter, a documentary filmer with the BBC. When we traveled northward that day to other sites, as I was recording a video from atop the castle wall, as some of you may remember, I had people from Saudi Arabia and other places photographing me and filming me as I was doing so. Apparently having this microphone in my hand, even though I'm holding such a small GoPro camera, which literally fits completely and compactly in the palm of my hand. Apparently people from all over think that I have some celebrity of sorts. You notice the man doing his custodial duties there stopped and smiled for the camera. I'm noticing that that's a very endearing and sweet and very common thing amongst all the people that we run into. I have to admit, I'm kind of hoping that I have some more people approach me like they did in Jerash, because I'm finding that people who travel through these lands, through Bible lands, they're a happy lot, no matter where they come from. They're happy to have the opportunity to enjoy the blessing of being in places like these, and it's just the joy. There's a common connection. There's a commonality of experience that we are all sharing as we are in these places, and everybody's pretty happy-go-lucky. And it's a wonderful thing to see people in this land that is so defamed in our Western news media for being so violent, so stereotyped for being so violent. It's a wonderful thing to see people coming together and just sharing in simple kindnesses together. I can't begin to count how many times we've been invited for tea or Arabic or Turkish coffee as guests of people here throughout Jordan, particularly the native Arabic Jordanian peoples. We've been shown such rich hospitality here. It's humbling, and it's wonderful. We've found people here universally, regardless of what country they've come from, to be splendid, joyful, happy. I guess that's to be expected when people are on vacation, or when they're doing study tours, or when they're traveling on religious pilgrimages of whatever type. I guess it's expected that they're going to be happy and fun-loving.
Probably not yet.
But nevertheless, I never grow weary of enjoying good times with people from anywhere and everywhere. I've made a new friend. He probably wishes I had a carrot or an apple. He's kind of pressing me against the wall here. I'm possibly going to find out what Balaam experienced when his donkey pressed his foot against the wall. We layered up here because of the cold. It's quite chilly here this morning. I didn't realize that I've arrived, and didn't realize until just this moment that I've arrived at the other end of the Sikh. And here I'm getting my first glimpse of the famed Treasury building. For those of you in our congregation, you may remember several weeks ago upon my first weekend here that I had this very image, this very picture that I selected for the front of the bulletin, cover for our worship bulletin. That photo was taken by an unknown photographer and was taken from this very spot. Everyone on our expedition team who told me that seeing pictures of this place and I hear the echoes of an angry donkey somewhere up inside the Sikh. People on our excavation team who have told me that seeing pictures of this place is nothing compared to being here. Understated the reality that I'm now experiencing. What an amazing, grand, and majestic place this is. Praise be to God for the opportunity to be here. Maybe this video will give you an idea of just how many people are interested in being here. It's interesting being here. There's much going on. There's people hawking their wares. There's understandably and not surprisingly a gift shop here. Tourists from everywhere. There are peddlers on foot, people offering camel rides. You can see. Not yet. Thank you. People offering camel rides, which sounds like a lot of fun. We see a lot of Bedouin people in Jordan and in Israel who still use camels as beasts of burden and to take them here all over the place. We see camels out walking about all the time. We see people riding them. There are people begging for alms here. This is kind of a rambunctious and rowdy lot of people here, but it's peaceful. What a gorgeous place. We have members of our team who have been here many times, and far up into the canyon. In fact, you can see ancient steps carved at the far end of the canyon here. I don't know if you're able in this photo in a wide angle, super wide angle, to see people ascending up those stairs, going into the canyons in that direction. It's a very steep climb indeed, and they look like the like the ants that we talk about in cliche as they are ascending up into the mountains.
You're not going to want to go as close. Okay.
I realize that this video is raw and unscripted, but I think being in this particular place, that's absolutely the best way to experience this place by video. Unfortunately, the entrance is closed off. There's a deep pit here covered by a steel grating. I'd love to go up inside this Treasury building. This Treasury building was carved in place. These are not erected stone pillars and capitals and cornices and gables and doorways and lintels. These were carved in place, carved out of this sandstone mountainside. The lower columns are one piece with the upper columns. I've been told in the past that this building is 125 to 150 feet tall, and that doesn't seem that large because we have buildings far taller than that in the modern world, but they sure haven't been constructed, carved, built, designed, dreamed about, executed like this building has been. This is absolutely stunning. All the human hustle and bustle. I guess it's to be expected. Here this building has stood for centuries, many centuries. In fact, after this place was abandoned by people who lived here long ago and became unknown to the world, this place must have been eerily silent for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And now people spend thousands of dollars and come from all over the world, some of them simply and only to see this place. I told you that there are people who are begging alms, and there's even dogs who have come up in here and they're looking for handouts of ice cream or whatever else they're selling over there in the little cafe. I don't know if you're able to see on the video the raindrops falling. I'm not sure that it's quite cold enough for them to be snowflakes. We're not as high in elevation right now as we were previously on the other side of the Wadi Musa. We descended into this place, but we've got raindrops falling and the sun shining at the same time. Sun showers, as some call them. I keep mentioning it because I don't want you to pass by your opportunity. But remember that in October and November, October 25th through November 8th, we're going to be here on our Bible Lands expedition, led by Drs. Stephen Collins, who is an eminent archaeologist, Dr. Phil Sylvia, who is also a scholarly and fine archaeologist, and a scientist who has explored a great many scientific theories that help us to better understand the world of the Bible and the apparent finding of biblical Sodom at Tal el Hammam here in Jordan, and by Dr. Craig Olson, who has become a dear friend to me and has been my roommate now these many days since we've both been in Jordan, staying there at the hotel in Amman. The Bible Lands expedition, as I mentioned, will take place October 25th through November the 8th. And Petra, this remarkable Nabatean city, is one of the places to which you and I will travel together if the Lord wills. It is worth the trip just to come here, and to come here alone. In a soon forthcoming video clip, I'll be talking about the connections and disconnections between this place and the Bible. We'll be talking about the fact that this place is not directly the city of Petra. It's not directly connected with any biblical event or any biblical person. Petra as a location is not mentioned not mentioned in the Bible. However, there were people from characters from this people group, from the Nabateans, who are connected. There's a little local flavor taking place here. People, entrepreneurs barking commands back and forth concerning the horse and donkey rides, I believe. Some of these folks are kind of boisterous this morning. Some of the characters in the Bible are connected, however, to the Nabateans, and we'll be going into more detail about that in future video clips, which we'll be splicing together and editing and turning these, Lord willing, into a much longer documentary film series that hopefully we'll be able to augment and add to in future on future trips to the Holy Land and all over. I've got a young man and a grown man standing here in front of me, hoping to sell me some trinkets and some jewelry and postcards and those kinds of things. People don't mind interrupting your whatever you're doing in order to try to make a dinar, or the Jordanian dinar is the currency that's used here in Jordan. And no, thank you. No, that's okay. Thank you very much.
Make my day. Look, just look. If you like, you like.
This young man is a salesman. He's trying to get me to buy postcards, but of course I'm photographing all of this, and I've already purchased so many things that my luggage is going to be too heavy to meet the weight requirements of the airlines, even if I don't take anything back with me that I brought with me. That's not factually true, but that's how it feels. The young man said, here, buy some postcards, make my day. So sometimes you just have to say no. You learn very quickly being here to sellers of wares of all kinds that if you allow them to engage you in conversation, they'll stay with you, sometimes for hours, and become a de facto tour guide for you. And just for engaging you in conversation and walking along with you, later on they'll demand sometimes quite a lot of money, sometimes 50 to 75 or 100 US dollars for the privilege of spending time with you. And so you have to be wise about how you interact with and engage people in places like these. I'm at I'm at a juncture here of footpaths. I'm going to have to consult my map and figure out where I'm going to go next. Petra is not only known, and most significantly known, for the beautiful treasury that I've already shown you, but it's also known for many other carved wonders here. You'll notice behind me these huge openings carved into the rock. There are niches where apparently they had idols and the gods of their people, where they venerated them. You will see caves, normally squarish, cut into the side of the mountains, into the cliff faces, and those are tombs. There are carved stairways everywhere. Even this overhang here, which must have been used for some kind of shelter, has these pillars that are cut into it for reasons that aren't completely clear to me right now. I can understand how if you were caught in a rainstorm you would want shelter. You know, it's amazing that we go to a building supply store and buy 4x4 posts and a little corrugated tin, and we'll erect a shed, but they have carved a shed of sorts out of the mountainside, and you can see, I don't know if you're able to see it on the camera, but the underside of this overhang is severely weathered, and you can see where the water has run down and dripped and carved the semi-soft sandstone away and made grooves in it. I see most of the traffic going in the direction of your right, the viewer's right. So I'm going to go that way too. To my right, or now before you, it seems that the only way to get beyond that end of the canyon is to climb very steeply, and I've recently had a heel and ankle injury that's been exacerbated by all of the climbing and backpacking and hiking and ascending and descending that I've already been doing these last 3 weeks. So I'm going to take the path most traveled. I hope that the ones behind me that are much more arduous to climb wouldn't have made all the difference, to quote the poet. Already I've filmed half an hour of video, and my battery needs recharging. I've got a solar 5,000 milliamp a solar rechargeable battery, so I'm going to plug it into that. It's fully charged. I'm going to let the ambient light, hopefully that'll be enough in some of these darker canyons to keep the camera battery charged without having to disassemble the whole apparatus and put in new batteries. And that way I can hopefully shoot lots of video on the fly. That's the direction I'm headed. I see rock-cut tombs and more monumental carved structures that way. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you to all of you who have so generously supported and sponsored and contributed to this effort. I hope with all my heart to bring each and every one of you here, if not this year, in the coming years. But we hope to have a good group to join us in 2018 in the fall.